Guys, this is Austin here showing off the new section cut tool that was just released on GitHub. It's been updated quite a bit since the last time it was released, and the way it works now is kind of section cut groups where you give it a prefix and then you can review your results. You can see over here we got a simple kind of two-sided or two lateral force resisting elements on each side. And then if I come over to my results panel and look at kind of shear on this first floor for loading in the Y. You'll see kind of your classic WL over 2, WL squared over 8 type results. And then it's nice and tabular now. You can kind of see what's going on. New results down at the bottom. It'll show you your units, your unit shear, where it basically takes the length and divides it by the shear force. And then some rough estimates for chord forces. You can copy and paste this into Excel for further data processing. And then if you wanted to look at axial, you can look at that. But then really easy to kind of flip through here. This is the upper floor and look at results for, let's say your wind X load case or whatever loads you're looking for. So that's it, the basics. Let's go through the install process. So I'm going to close out of this and assume that you maybe haven't installed this yet. So the way you can do this, let's open up a new model and we'll do that over here. You can, let's do this. Let's delete this for now. So when you fire open tools under external plugin data, you'll have nothing here. The way you can install the project is, let's come over to the GitHub page. So here's the GitHub page. It's under Retug Section Cutter 2. In here, if you click into here, and there's also documentation on the GitHub page of how to install this. If you click here and then do download, this will start up the download. I'm going to go grab that downloads folder real quick, and then I'm going to move it over into a folder where it can begin working. 1 second. We'll call it section cutter. All right, so we got this over here. I've moved it into a folder. I'm going to say extract all. Do that, and then all those files come in. So now we're going to copy the path for this, and then come back over to our ETABs program, add show plugins, browse, and paste that in. Click on sectioncutter.dll, hit open. That's all good. You hit add, and then it'll say okay if everything has gone correctly. So that's good. And then now you can fire it up. And then let's make this look a little nicer. And you can see your model over here. The one thing that I wanted to let you know is under, let's back up here. When you do this operation, it makes this section cut.json file. And this stores all of the data for your section cuts. You don't have to know what's going on here, but when you save and click on create section cuts, this kind of stores all of the data for the section cuts so that this data persists. And when you come back to your project, like I said, this is a new project that I was just working on. It remembers all the section cuts that have been made. So if you come in here and you go under tables, I'll just show you what's happening under the hood. And then I think section cuts are under other definition, section cut definition. What this tool does is it goes in and makes all of this data and then reads the results based on your analysis model. So you can always kind of check what's going on under the hood. But let's just show how you might use this tool. Let's say I wanted to get rid of these section cuts. So it allows you to kind of delete out section cuts as well. Delete these and kind of start from scratch as if you were just opening this up. So if I come back over to my tables now, I should have an empty set of, and you can see there's no other section cuts anymore. So I've removed those. Let's make some section cuts on story 8. So you want to click the area that you want to slice up, then you want to select one joint for what you want to review. And then let's look at section cuts that are generated this direction. So that's an X direction. You have to give it a name, and then heights above and below, and then let's cut it up, I don't know, 15 times. And the button is enabled, and that's all good there. And then the nice thing about this new one, if you double middle mouse button on this, it should zoom to extents, which kind of gives you a visual of what's happened. It'll give you kind of all the elements that you just input. And then let's say that we also wanted to look at loads in the Y direction. So you could do 0, 1, or section cuts in the Y, give it a new prefix. And let's also do 15 section cuts there. So that's gone through, it's thinking, gives you the little pop-up, shows you the new section cuts, and good to go there. And then to show you what's happened under the hood, it has gone in, created those section cuts based on the names that you just gave, and populated all of this data. So that's nice. And then one thing to note is that all of this was done with the model being locked, which is an awesome update that ETAB just allowed us to do. So you don't have to rerun your model, unlock it, do any of that. Then if you want to review your results for what just happened, you can come over to here. It'll toggle between the section cuts that you just made. And let's say for this one, we know these results mean more in the Y direction. So you can kind of come over here, hover. These buttons allow you to kind of snap and toggle. If I copy these, like I said, you can come over to Google Sheets. And let's just do a blank spreadsheet here. Paste all that, and then you can start crunching numbers with that. So that's the tool. The green means there are results available. If you don't see a result, you have to rerun your analysis for the load case. If there's any issues that you run into, let me know. You can open up a issue on the GitHub page, but I'm going to try to get this posted up to CSI's website too, and hopefully you can enjoy it, start playing with it. Like I said, axial loads too if you want to look at that, but a lot better of a program this go around. So thanks, bye.